Hmm. Yo, 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 what's going on, my beautiful brothers and sisters? How are y'all doing? Popping in here for the third installment of these end of 2019 recap readings for the different elements. I've already done fire and earth, so be sure to check those out. If you happen to have your sun there, these are primarily for the sun signs. However, if you want to cross watch and watch your moon, your rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, whatever it be, you are, of course, free to do so. Note that these are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't. I appreciate all of your continued support. Let's hop into it. This is going to be for the air signs. For the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What's going on? How are y'all doing? Welcome to Astro Fenixx. Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, fellow radiators of love, to Astro Fenixx. Flying into the moment yet again and radiating love as always. And welcome, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, to your end of 2019 recap reading video. Card just flew out. Let's see what we got going on for you guys. What was 2019 about? What did you learn? What were the challenges? How did you overcome? How did you grow? Air signs, to start your reading off, we have the card of transition. The card of transition, the number is 43. The number is 43, which reduces to 7, and 7 in numerology is the number of Neptune energy, of Piscean energy. Interesting. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. A lot of the themes, it seems like, for the elements so far have been this sort of theme of transition, although you were the first one to draw this particular card. But there seems to be this sort of feeling of change and transition. What I like about this card is that you see it sort of looks like one strand of the DNA, and it's going from this bottom orb, this bottom orb up through to this top orb right here. But then there's this middle orb right here, and that's where a lot of that change and transition occurs. So it does sort of do this sort of wave motion. And for you guys, for the air signs, transition was a huge deal with this year. Some of you might have transitioned into a new job, a new relationship, simply a new way of being you. Let's get some more cards to augment this transition card to see what else is going on for you in 2019, what happened, and what is like your overall recap and energy. So let's see what else we have going along with this transition card. Okay. Wow. So we have the card of start anew. Start anew. The number is 2, which is ruled by the moon. And the moon actually happens to be in Gemini right now. So we have transition and anew. You are definitely starting anew. This was definitely a year of fresh beginnings for many of you. Those fresh beginnings, like I said, it could be job related, it can be relationships, it can simply be you just adopting a new daily routine, a new you, a new persona. It's very interesting. So both of these cards definitely piggyback off of each other. And let's get another oracle card to start this reading off. Let's get another oracle card. We have transition and start anew. Transition and start anew. Maybe some of you are realizing that you need to start anew in 2020. We have the card of kangaroo, which actually happens to be a totem animal of Aquarius. As events take on their own momentum, you take a true leap forward. As events take on their own momentum, you take a true leap forward. This is speaking to quantum leaps. This is definitely speaking to quantum leaps. And what's interesting about this card here, as it relates to these other ones, is that, you know, we definitely can find ourselves in different situations right now, and we may be wondering when a breakthrough is coming. So I think a lot of air signs have been waiting for a sort of a breakthrough. They've been waiting for this sort of a breakthrough, and they may have been sort of exacting and trying to force things to happen, when really, if you just kind of keep on doing what you're doing and not necessarily doing too much and overexerting yourself, you'll find yourself breaking through. So you're going from this caterpillar state to this butterfly state. But what's interesting is that the caterpillar, he's so enamored by that butterfly, right, that he's forgetting about the transition state in the middle, the cocoon, the pupa. And it's in that state where all of those, where the caterpillar breaks down, it breaks down to this weird mix and concoction of all these different juices, the organs liquefying, and they come back and restructure, and then they become the butterfly. So this year, I feel like for a lot of you guys, has functioned as a sort of cocoon state, where you in 2020 are going to start moving forward into this new you and this new self. We can look at some of your ruling planets, of course. Gemini, you're ruled by Mercury. Mercury now is in Sagittarius, your opposite sign, and it will move into Capricorn before the end of the year, which will be joining up with the stellium. Libra, your ruling planet Venus actually is in Capricorn. In fact, at the time of me making this video, it is conjunct Saturn, which is a co-ruler of Aquarius. So, you know, Libras right now are definitely all about their business, especially when it comes to like their home life, their family, their comfortability, and when it comes to their emotions. Like, they're taking their emotions quite seriously right now, Libras. And of course, Aquarius, your ruling planet Uranus, is in Taurus. So, Uranus doesn't really like to be in Taurus. This is actually, Aquarius is right now don't have the ability to just stay up in the clouds all day and to stay kind of in la land. Aquarius and Pisces are kind of similar to that. You know, they like to kind of stay up in la land. They like to kind of be, you know, they want to be a part of the crowd, but they want to be unique and stuff like that. And Aquariuses are trying to, you know, now with their ruling planet in Taurus, you know, and it being in, of course, their fourth house, it's kind of similar to Libra, where their ruling planet is in their fourth house. Aquarius, your ruling planet is in your fourth house right now, meaning that you are looking for stability when it comes to the home life, when it comes to security. You're looking for, you know, what is it that you truly see as valuable in these areas, but also how to revolutionize these areas. So some of you guys may, Aquarius, some of you guys may be moving into a new home. Some of you guys may be getting a new job that's going to kind of revolutionize your current lifestyle, and you'll be making more money, maybe doing something that you love to do. Some of you may be doing some DIY projects. Some of you guys may have done some updates to your house. You know, some of you guys may have done some renovations to where you live and stuff like that. So those are sort of the energies that we have starting off here. But it really does, I do get the feeling that this was definitely a year of transitioning for you, where you kind of, you know, before this year, you were kind of the hungry caterpillar eating up all these different experiences. And this is a year where you kind of had to kind of go back into a cocoon state. So, you know, and this probably has a lot to do with the fact that the South Node did just go through your sign. So you had a lot of intense energies that you were dealing with over the past couple years anyways. Now that it's in your 12th house, Aquarius, the South Node, this definitely made you a lot more introverted this year. Definitely made you a lot more introverted this year, preparing you for the South Node transit into your 11th house, Aquarius, which is going to actually bring you more out into the public eye. So a lot of the air signs have been kind of introverted this year and stuff, with the exception, I would say Gemini. You know, but of course, Gemini, you're preparing for the North Node to go into your sign, so, of which I'm honestly super excited about. I'm super excited for the North Node of Gemini. If y'all think people right now are petty, just wait till the North Node hits Gemini. It's gonna be on and popping. Let's see what else we got going on to augment these cards. Transition, start anew, kangaroo. Let's see what else we got going on for the air signs. What do I have for my air signs? What do I have for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What do we got? What kind of energies were you dealing with this year? What energies are you carrying with you into the new year? How are you transitioning into this new year, Aquarius? How are you transitioning into this new year, Gemini? Let's see what we got. We got a couple of cards that just kind of flew out, so I'm going to just put those right there. Bottom of the deck, air signs. We have the Ten of Cups. Oh, isn't this beautiful? A happy life, happy home life. They're looking out the rainbow. Their kids are playing. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Of course you'd want that. Oh, that card came out. And wanted to reveal the card underneath it. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. So there is some indecision when it comes to taking a path, taking a particular path that you want to take. We also have the Ace of Wands here. We have the Lover's card here. So love is definitely in the air. We have the Queen of Cups for the air signs. And, oh, we have the Ten of Swords here at the end. Oh, what happened? You had all these positive, uplifting cards, and then we go right into the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords, normally when it's upright, it means endings. When it's reversed, it means that there's something that has already ended. So something has already ended. But with the Ace of Wands and the Lovers and the Queen of Cups, some of you guys may be dealing with the water sign or may have dealt with the water sign heavily this year. You know, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Potentially Pisces, just because we have the transition card, which the number reduces to 7, like I said, which in numerology is Neptune energy. But what I'm seeing here is that there's definitely something that's sparking off. And with the Lover's card, yeah, this could definitely be new relationships. So a lot of air signs can find themselves in new relationships. And then you have this Queen of Cups figure. And then the Ten of Swords, I'm getting the feeling that some of you guys are in, this is going to be very like relationship heavy as far as this part of the reading. But I'm getting the feeling that some of you guys, if you're single, you might have held yourself back from this love. And that's the Two of Wands in reverse. You might have held yourself back from experiencing some true love this year. And that's probably based off of things that have already ended. So past relationships that just didn't quite work out. Past relationships that didn't quite work out. I'm getting the sense that some of you guys really just almost like, you like blocked yourself from love this year. You blocked yourself from love this year. Now, if you happen to be partnered up, if you're happily partnered up, you might have blocked yourself from allowing the relationship to evolve on its own. That's what this kangaroo card is coming in to remind us about allowing situations to take a true leap forward, allowing them to transition on their own. You're having to learn how to go with the flow with ease and grace. That's what the transition card also says. You have to learn how to go with the flow with ease and grace. There are certain things in the past that should stay in the past. We can learn from the past and we can heal. This card is giving me heavy Chiron vibes. It's giving me heavy Chiron vibes, okay? It's interesting. I want to get some more cards to see what else is going on here. New love sparking off. The good life with the Ten of Cups. Queen of Cups energy here. You definitely are having to tap more into your emotional wisdom. The Queen of Cups has emotional wisdom. She allows herself to feel her emotions, but she also allows herself to not be ruled by her emotions. Because feeling her emotions and being aware of them is important, but she also knows that if she gets trapped in that flow, if she gets trapped in that current, she can get washed away. So this was a year of learning how to master your emotional nature. Mastering your emotional nature. This probably has a lot to do with the fact that the North Node was in Cancer. So Gemini, for you, this is your second house. So you had to learn how to master your emotional nature when it comes to your finances and how you spend your money, essentially. So not necessarily buying something just because you want it, but buying something because it's actually going to increase the quality of your life. Okay? Virgo, Cancer for you is the 11th house, right? So this had to do with you mastering your emotions as it pertains to other people and the thoughts and opinions of other people. So you know, taking things with a grain of salt, you know, because I think some people probably had good intentions. Why did I say Virgo? I meant Libra. Good Lord. That's your 10th house. The same thing still applies. Not really caring about other people's opinions when it comes to your status and what you're doing for a living and stuff. You know, some people may have good intentions, Libra. They may have good intentions. They may have good recommendations, but ultimately you know what is right, okay? And then, of course, Aquarius, Cancer for you is your 6th house. It's your 6th house. So this has to do with your daily reality. So learning how to master your emotions in your daily work life and your service to other people, and when it comes to your health and stuff like that. Having to learn how to master your emotions in these areas. You can also deal, you know, for Aquarius, this can also deal with the North Node being in your 6th house. This can also be dealing with, you know, if you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, that doesn't have to determine how your day goes. This goes for everybody. This is honestly a timeless message for anybody, that particular part, but especially for Aquarius, for you, you realize that kind of almost like if you wake up in a bad mood and you stayed in a bad mood, it's because you weren't really aware of your emotional nature. If you woke up in a good mood, you know, that of course, you know, it makes having a good day easier, obviously. But, and yes, your morning and stuff like that can determine how your day is going to go. But if you have a bad morning, it does not mean that you have to have a bad rest of your day. Let's see what else we have going on for the air signs. Okay. So that first card is going to be sort of the challenges, the major challenges. The second card is going to be the growth. This third card is going to be the outcome. And this fourth card is the bridging energies. Oh, man. What's going on here? The bridging energy was the Three of Swords. What's beneath the Three of Swords? The Hierophant in reverse. Okay. There is a clash of ideologies with you and someone else. Or maybe there's a clash of ideologies within yourself. But this is a bridging card here. This Ten of Swords card is starting to make more sense. Let's see what the major challenges of the year were, though. The Six of Swords. You had to leave behind somebody, air signs. You had to leave behind someone or some sort of situation in order for you to have this good life. I feel like this is mostly, I'm not saying that 2019 wasn't a good year for you, earth signs. I'm saying that what you're wanting to manifest and have the good life and feel emotionally satisfied and stable, whatever it is that you're sparking off, I feel like this year was setting the groundwork for that. But in order to do that, you had to leave behind a situation. You had to travel. You had to go somewhere. Your major growth, though, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So knowing your true value and knowing what to invest your energy and time into was super important for air signs this year. And there may have been a couple of investments that you have made this year that may have not come to fruition the way that you wanted to. And this could have frustrated you, air signs. This could have frustrated you. Overall outcome, though, we do have the Empress in reverse, though. The Empress in reverse. This is the card of Venus, too. As you can see Venus, the symbol for Venus is there. But the Empress in reverse. So the outcome is this overall kind of disconnect from the world around you. There's a sort of disconnect, you know. This was definitely an interesting, I think the disconnect was simply because you actually had to go into that cocoon. So you had to take a step back. You may have not been the most interactive this year, air signs, or at least there are major moments throughout the year where you had to retreat. You had to retreat. And because you had to retreat, people were like, you know, hell, where are the air signs at? You know, you guys are the communicators and stuff like that, you know. And it was weird because when you retreated and you took back that communication, when you began to really express your truth, not everyone really got it. Not everyone really got it. And they kind of want you just to be light and kind of surface level and fluffy, but you guys have probably started to communicate some actual deep shit. That's what this also can be right here, the Three of Swords and the Hierophant in reverse. This, it doesn't necessarily mean that you had a heartbreak this year, not necessarily, but this could mean that some of the truths that you spoke this year broke people's hearts. You probably dropped a lot of intense knowledge this year, air signs, and people could not fucking take it. Some people just could not fucking take it because they thought you were just going to be light and fluffy and surface level. The fact of the matter is that you had some great intense knowledge, and I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that the North Node is getting ready to come into Gemini. Uranus, of course, is in Taurus, right? So that's what this energy is about. This is Uranus and Taurus, right? Uranus doesn't like to be in Taurus. Much rather be in Aquarius or Scorpio, okay? But there's this interesting disconnect. I think it's going to be interesting enough. You probably are sensing more of this from other people than yourself, though, air signs. You are sensing that other people aren't really connected to this earth, which is interesting enough because you like to be up in the clouds. But now that you've kind of have been forced to come down to the ground, you're seeing that even the people who are on the ground aren't even connected to the ground. They're not grounded. They're not grounded. I think that's why you had to learn this Ace of Pentacles energy, learning who and what to invest your time and energy into. Who and what to invest your time and energy into. I really am getting the feeling, though, air signs, that you guys just dropped a lot of knowledge this year. You dropped a lot of knowledge on these fools this year, and people could not freaking handle it. That's why you had to probably leave some situations behind. Because you were dropping knowledge, you were dropping hints, you were dropping gems, air signs, and people just couldn't take it. People couldn't handle it. They're like, yo, where's all this truth coming from? Why are you saying all these things, air signs? I'm interested to know. I'm honestly going to draw a clarity card on this because I'm really interested to know about that. Some of it can be relationships. Some of it can be, you know, with family members and close friends. If you're like an influencer or whatever like that, you probably got a lot of shade this year. Air signs probably got a lot of shade this year. If they were like an influencer or motivator or something like that on YouTube. Ooh, we got the Six of Cups in reverse. Uh-oh. There was a soulmate. There was a soulmate that came up this year. And we got the Four of Pentacles. There was a soulmate this year that was just holding on to their particular perception. They're just holding on to it. But the fact that this is a Six of Cups, it's letting me know that this individual was probably a soul tie. You probably have some unfinished business with this individual. There was someone that came up this year that you had some unfinished business with. But they just seem like they're holding on. They're holding on to their belief. They're holding on to what they think is right and what they think is true. And it may be right and true for them, but that doesn't mean that it's right and true for you. So you took this year to really learn what to truly invest yourself in, air signs. Interesting. I'm being called to draw another oracle card too for you, just because, mainly because of the Empress card in reverse, but something's telling me to just draw another animal messenger card for you guys. So I'm going to do that. Your reading seems pretty straightforward, though. What you're carrying into this new year is this brand new confidence to express yourself regardless of what other people think and feel about you. And that you will actually attract the right people into your life, and you will have that good life, and you will feel that emotional security and stability. But you have to learn who to really give yourself to. Because not everyone's going to really appreciate you, air signs. Not only that, but I get the feeling that a lot of you guys became like realized that you were a psychic this year. Like you guys were able to hear people's thoughts even more so. Aquarius, you're actually developing the ability to speak to animals. So be on the lookout for that, Aquarius. And of course, that's going to seep into the other air signs as well. Aquarius is learning the ability to speak to animals. This is probably why I'm drawing another card here. But air signs, you guys definitely became more psychic this year, and it pissed people off because you're probably telling people stuff that you otherwise shouldn't know. And they're pretty much like, get out of my head, get out of my mind. It's like you're learning, you became more adept at surfing and traversing the mental airwaves. So you're able to pick up on other people's communication better. Whereas water signs could pick up on emotions, air signs could actually pick up on language. Air signs can actually read your mind. They really can. Especially if they have their moon in air. So. Oh my goodness. I knew it. We got the bat. We got the bat. This is a totem animal of Libra. You have the power to transcend failure and move into a limitless future. This is incredible. Bats are pretty much blind. They have to use sonar to travel around and stuff. So Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, you may have felt like you went into this year blind because you knew that you had to transition. You knew you had to start anew. You knew that you were going to take a major leap forward, but there was something that needed to be confronted with the Six of Cups energy. It was something that needed to be said with the Three of Swords and the Hierophant in reverse. But the fact of the matter is that you are overcoming this failure. Some of you guys may be viewing this part as the failure, or the Ten of Swords as failure, or you may have had some investments this year that just didn't go well. But you have the power to transcend that and traverse through the night like no other creature can, because the bat is super freaking powerful. I'm gonna go ahead and add this here too, but as far as like mythological creatures that aren't actually myths, vampires are Libra. So like I'm just adding that into the mix, right? I'm just adding that into the mix. Vampires are Libra. And I found that out after I found out that the bat was a totem animal of Libra. So you have the ability to transcend failure. Not only that, but this makes you super freaking psychic, because you're able to just, this is a moment where if you feel like you're in the dark and you're looking for your tribe, if you're looking for a lover, if you're looking for a friend, if you're looking for a tribe or looking for a job, simply speak your truth. I think that's what this year is about. And moving into 2020 is that when you speak your truth, something's going to respond to it. Someone's going to respond to it. So if you're communicating bullshit, you're going to get back bullshit. But if you send out that sonar and you're sending out love frequencies and abundance frequencies and prosperous frequencies and victory frequencies, you're going to receive that shit back, and you're going to be able to find these individuals and meet up with them. And then you won't be flying in the dark by yourself. You won't be flying in the dark by yourself. I think that just about does it for the air signs. 2019 definitely was a pretty interesting year for you. It's almost like you're like on the precipice of a breakthrough. Don't stop. You have the power to move forward and to break through. I know you do. The cards definitely say so. And you can do anything that you really want, air signs. It's going to be a powerful 2020 going into this new portal. And I trust and hope that you had a wonderful 2019, that you overcame your challenges, you grew, you evolved, and you take the gifts that you learned about yourself this year and carry them on to the next year and continue to grow. Anyways, that just about does it for this reading. I hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you like a personal reading with me, beloved, you can follow the link in the description below too, astrofenixx.com. I'll see you all very soon on the next video. As a reminder, this is a general reading, so take what works, leave what doesn't. I hope that you all enjoy this. I'll see you all in the next video. And as always, my beautiful brothers and sisters, always remember to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often. Peace.